Consider the word conduct. Is it pronounced conduct or conduct? Which one is the correct one? Let us see. So in the first example, this word has two syllables. The first one is con, second one is duct. Now if I give more emphasis on the first syllable, that is con, it comes like this: conduct, conduct. If the stress is moved to the second syllable, it should be like this: conduct, conduct. So the first one is a noun when the emphasis is more on the beginning. The second one is a verb since the emphasis is given on the second syllable. Let us see one example of these two. This boy has good conduct. Good conduct. So it's behavior. The second example, yesterday my principal has conducted a meeting. Conducted a meeting. So it is used as a verb. Here the emphasis is changing the meaning of the word. So this emphasis is called nothing but the stress in phonology. So see the definition. Stress is the degree of emphasis given to certain syllables in a word or a certain words in a phrase or a sentence. If you take a sentence, so as to communicate a particular meaning in a better way, we give more emphasis to a word. It is the word stress in a sentence. Sometimes we give a particular syllable stressed. It is called syllable stress. So it depends upon the meaning that we want to communicate. Now how do we mark the stress in a syllable? We use a small vertical bar which is called an apostrophe. That should be placed before and above the syllable to be stressed. Now we understand the factors that decide the stress of a syllable. The first one is the number of syllables in a word. If the word has more syllables, the stress changes from one syllable to the other syllable. Next, the grammatical category, whether the word belongs to a verb, a noun, an adverb or adjective, that also decides the stress. And the third one is the structure of the word, whether the word is a single root word or it has any prefix or a suffix attached, also one of the deciding factors of stress making in a syllable of a word. Now let us know about the types of stresses. The first one is a syllable stress. If you observe the example here, we have a word with two syllables, object. If I give more emphasis on the first syllable, that is on this, mark here the syllable with a syllable marker, this should be pronounced as object, 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 object. If I give more emphasis on the second syllable, that is ject, object, object, then the meaning changes. This object is a noun, this object is a verb. Object, objected, objected. See here the first syllable is almost given less importance. Object. This is object. This is what is called a syllable stress in a word. Now the second one is the word stress in a sentence. For example, if somebody asked you, is he your brother? If you want to say no, he is not my brother. Here my brother is given more importance because we want to say that person doesn't belong to you. So that's why he's not my brother. He's not my brother. So here my is given more importance. It is stressed and the brother word is also stressed. This kind of stressing particular words is called a word stress in a sentence. Next. And The third one is the sentence stress. It's nothing but in a speech, we particularly give more emphasis to a particular sentence or a clause or a phrase so as to receive the attention of the audience. This is what called as a sentence. The whole sentence is given prominence in terms of increasing the loudness of the voice. This is called sentence stress. Actually, to change the mood of the listeners, and also breaks the monotony in the speech. Now we see some of the rules that govern the concept of stress. These are all not the rules that govern how the way that we have to speak, but these are emerged from the usage of our spoken language. The first one is, the rule one is how the nouns are stressed. Nouns are generally stressed in the beginning syllable. For example, this is not true in all the cases. If the length of the word increases, it may change sometimes, but most of the cases, nouns are stressed in the beginning. Take this word. This is a disyllabic word, children. Children. So the stress lies here on the beginning syllable. Children. Next one is novel. 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 Not novel. If I say the second one is stressed, it becomes novel. So it's sound odd. Next, nature. 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 Doctor. Doc and ter. Doctor. Not doctor. Doctor. Next one is damage. Da and midge. Damage. Not damage. If I give stress on the second syllable, it becomes damage. It is damage. Damage. Sister. First syllable is stressed. Sister. Sister. Children. Novel. Nature. Doctor. Damage. And sister. This is how the primary stress on the first syllable is taking place in the nouns. Now the rule 2. The prefixes are not stressed. The prefixes like a, be and re, can, in, pro, and all these things are not stressed. For example, alone, alone. Alone. Lone is stressed, but not the prefix alone. Next, below. Below. Regain. Regain. This word gain, gain, the syllable gain is stressed, but not the prefix re. Continue. Continue. Continue is stressed. Continue. Inhabit. 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 Professor. Professor. Not professor. Not professor. It is professor. This is unkind. Unkind. So all these prefixes are not stressed. Please do remember, the prefixes are not stressed. Next one is rule 3. Are the suffixes going to change the stress of the root word? But not in all the cases. In some cases, we can find some suffixes change the stress of the syllable of the root word. So in these cases, when we have some suffixes like OUS, IC, ITY, SION, TION, when this is added to a root word, then the stress changes to the penultimate syllable. That is nothing but, if you take this word courage, courageous, so the syllable that is before this suffix should be stressed. Before that, here we have courage. 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 Here the first beginning syllable is stressed. Here courageous. Not courageous. Courageous. Alcohol. Alcohol. alcoholic, alcoholic. The syllable before this IC extension is stressed. That is captive, captive, captivity, captivity. This tive is stressed here. The syllable before this is stressed. This penultimate syllable is stressed. Now we see the extension of SION and TION. Now we see the examples which have the endings of TION and SION. Suppose this word EDUCATION. TION is added, so the penultimate before this syllable is stressed. Education, education. Civilization, civilization, civilization. This Z is stressed. Innovation. Before this syllable is stressed. Innovation, innovation. Examination. Before this nay is stressed. Examination, examination. Application, application. Before this syllable TIONCA, application, application. This SION. Permission, permission, permission. So in all these words, the penultimate syllable, that is the syllable before the last word, last suffix TION is stressed. Now rule 4. When the same words act both as noun as well as a verb, then the stress changes. In the nouns, these are all the nouns and these are all the verbs. Okay. In the nouns we have the first syllable is stressed. Here EXPORT, export. This is stressed here. Export, export. This is conduct, conduct. This is conduct. This is object. This is object, object. This is produce, produce. This syllable is stressed. Here the second syllable is stressed. Produce, produce, produce. Next, this is increase. This is increase. This is increase. This is increase. Next one is CONTEST, contest. Con is stressed. This is contest, contest, contest. Once again, you see all these sounds. Export, export. Conduct, conduct. Object, object. Produce, produce. Increase, increase. Contest, contest. This is the difference between the pronunciation of the noun and the verb when the word acts in the both cases. Now we can see some more examples here. The first one is extract. The verb is extract. The second one is present, noun form. The verb form is present, present. The third one is impact. The verb form is impact. This is how we have to make the difference while producing these sounds, when we make the difference between the noun and the verb in a same spelling. The next concept is the word stress in a sentence. In some particular cases in spoken English, a word or some words in a sentence is stressed so as to convey a specific meaning. For example, in this, he is my father. Suppose if I stress on this word, he is my father, not any other person. He, that particular person, he is my father. If I stress this word my, he is my father, not anyone else. My father, not yours or his father. My father. Why are you talking like that? If we emphasize this particular word is my father,
not any other person. He's not my brother, he's not my uncle, he's my father. So when we stress this particular word, he's my father, that particular person is my father, not your or somebody else. He is my father, not my uncle or someone else. That is how the meaning changes. Then the stress of a word in the same sentence change. And in the second use is we can also maintain a particular rhythm when we stress some particular words in sentences.
Here are some tips to master the stress. The first one is, if you want to stress, produce a longer vowel instead of a short vowel. Next, raise the pitch of the syllable to a higher level. Increase the pitch of that particular syllable. Next one is, say the same word or a syllable with a louder tone. That also is very important. Next, the clarity is more important. That particular syllable or the word must be given more clarity. The final thing is the facial expression. That facial expression gives more emphasis to that sound that we make. If you like the video lesson, please like it, subscribe it and share it. Don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you.